Good day, I'm Rachel Leduc, Ambassador for Women's Potential, and today we will talk money. Well, actually, we will talk about financial freedom, and I want to share with you what I did to have my financial freedom. I've been saying for years, like over 10 years, that when I am 55, I'm going to be financially free, and I'm going to work only because I want to, not because I have to. So I'm working for the pleasure of working, not for the money that comes with the work. And I must admit that the way I was doing things, I was never going to get there. And in 2012, I started to look at my financial situation, and when I look and I stopped and I said, oh my God, by 2016, I will never be financially free if I keep on doing what I'm doing. So I analyzed everything and I decided that I was going to master my finances so that I could have the financial freedom that I wanted. And at that time, I had a big house with 4 bedrooms, an office in the basement. I had 2 cars, like a truck and a convertible Mustang that I loved. And it was costing me, like my living style, was costing me between $6,000 and $7,000 a month. And I was thinking, like, oh my God, how am I going to be able to set up everything so that I have $6,000 and more a month coming in 2016 when I decide that I want to be financially free. And I realized that if I kept on having the lifestyle that I was having at that time, there was no way I was going to get there. And I said, Rach, you got to stop and you got to master your finance and you have to make changes. So of course, I had to let go of the big house. I had to let go of the 2 cars. I had also to let go of the fact of having 150 pair of shoes. I had 4 closets full of clothing, and I said, I don't need all these things. So I needed to become more humble and see what was important to me, what were my values. And by letting go of all this, I'm not saying it was easy, and I cried. When I let go of my Mustang, oh my Lord, did I ever cry? But you know, I have a little green car. It takes me wherever I want to go, and it's costing me half what my Mustang was costing me. And so I took my expenses that were from $6,000 a month and I brought it down to $2,000 a month. So I save minimum of $4,000 a month. Of course, I'm not in my big house anymore. I'm in a bachelor apartment. Why? Because I needed to make the sacrifices for a few years so that when I turn 55, I have the freedom that I need for the rest of my life, that I could enjoy and have fun and do whatever I want to do. It was not easy, and I did cry. And God, I did. I had some rough times and rough patches. You know, when I decided that, no, I was not going to that restaurant where it's costing me $100 for a meal anymore, that was hard because let's say I love going there. And no, I don't have to have 150 pairs of shoes. And I'm going to buy clothing only when I need to. So every time now that I buy something, I will ask myself, am I buying this because I need it? Or am I buying it for the pleasure of buying it? And that is a total different, these are 2 different things. So if I need something, I will buy it. If I'm buying it for the pleasure, half of the time I'm not buying it. Well, 90% of everything that I buy, 98% of everything that I buy is because I need it. And there's a little 2% that it will be simply for my pleasure. So I'm buying this simply because I want to. It's a treat. It's you know, it's to make me happy. And since I've changed that, my lifestyle has totally changed. And I save a lot of money every year. And because of that, I know for sure that as of January 2016, I will be financially free. That means that I will not have to work anymore. I will work only because I want to. So whoever I'm seeing in coaching or whatever I'm doing, it will be for the pleasure of it and not for the money that comes with it. So my question to you is, what are your goals? What are you willing to change to have the financial freedom that you need, and when do you need it for? Are you mastering your finances or not? I know that to put myself in this situation of abundance and financial freedom, I had to master my finance and know what the money was coming in and where it was going out, which I did. So what are you willing to do? What are the sacrifices that you're willing to do? Sorry. I know that if you look at your grocery bill, I'm sure that you could cut it by 25%, just like that. We always buy all kinds of things that we don't really need. And sometimes very often we buy things that are already, sorry, that are already prepared. And that costs much more money than buying whatever is on special and cooking and freezing to have a second meal and a third meal and all that. So that's one trick. I have tons of tips and tricks about how to master your finance, how to save money, where you should cut, but I want you to think about it. So what are your goals? Where do you want to go? How much is it costing you to live on right now? And how much do you think it could cost you? So, of course, if you decide to do some cuts to bring you to your goals and your dreams, you probably won't be like the Jones anymore. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. You have to do what is good for you and also for your family. So take a few minutes. What are your goals? What are you going to sacrifice to get there? What do you need to change? So these are all questions I'd like you to ask yourself. In the comments below, write down what works for you. Do you already have things in place? Are you mastering your finance? Do you have any questions? Feel free to write down there. And I love answering, I love reading you, and I love also answering the questions. Send me an email if you want to do it in private. I'm there for you. That's what I do. I help women achieve, their full potential. So whether it's in their life, with their money, or in their business. So I'm Rachel Leduc, Ambassador for Women's Potential, and I'm wishing you an amazing week. And I will be talking to you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.